Hello, grade 7s. Today we are going to be talking about lesson 6.5 of Math Makes Sense. This is actually the last section of the entire chapter. So hopefully if you had questions, you had an opportunity to have a Zoom conversation or Hangout message me. And this section is essentially just a review of everything that we've been going through throughout the chapter. So it's all different ways that we are using to solve algebraic expressions. Okay, so this is what we have. We have number one, we use algebra tiles. So that is actually seeing how things move. You make your zero pairs to make it work out. Next one is by inspection. So we might look at a question and we can say exactly what might be missing. By systematic trial. So this is using trial and error. So figure out something that might be too high, figure out something that might be too low, and then try to figure out what's in between. Okay. The next one is using the algebra scale. Okay, so that's going back and forth. And then the last one is using algebra itself. Sorry, the balance scale. And Charlie's going to be helping us with today's lesson as well. Okay. So when we're using algebra tiles in this situation, let me grab my other colors so that we know exactly what's going on. Charlie's excited about today's lesson. She loves algebra tiles. All right. So in this example, we have d minus 12 equals 39. So if I have my plus 12. So I'm going to add my 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then that is going to be equal to 39. 1, 2, oops. Sorry, these should all be positive. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. And I'm going to change these to blue just to make sure that they match so that everyone knows that they are positive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. So when I'm using my algebra tiles, I'm actually going to be using them to make zero pairs. So I have to add some negatives in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So I'm just going to cross out 12 in the meantime. So there's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. So these end up being all gone, and these are gone. So I can figure out that my x in this situation is equal to what I have left, which in this situation is 27. Okay? Now, if I'm going to be using inspection, okay, I'm going to look at these and I'm going to ask myself, what number can I add to 12 to get to 29? What number can I add to 12 to get to 29? So I think about it, and then I eventually come up with the answer 27. If I'm doing trial and error, okay, I could say, okay, let's try 10 plus 12 equals 39. I can figure out that 22 does not equal 39. Okay, so that is too small. So I need to try something bigger than 10. Well, let's try 50. Okay, 50 plus 12 equals 39, which gives me 62 does not equal 39. So it has to be in between those two things. So let's go to 30. Okay, I got to be in between 10 and 50. Oops. So let's try 30 plus 12 equals 39. That gives me 42 equals 39, but that does not equal. So I'm close. Okay, I can keep going. Eventually I'm going to get to 27 plus 12 equals 39, and then 39 equals 39. All right? So that is how we can do it by systematic trial. Okay? The next one that we go over is the balance scale. Okay? The balance scale is when we have something that looks like this. Okay? And here we're going to have our D, and then something that weighs 12. And then here we're going to have 39. Okay? So, let's call this D. So, what I can do is if I remove 12 from one side, I can actually break this down. I can remove 12 from the other side as well. Okay? So, I can break this down. I can say that this is 10s, 10, 10. That gives me my 30, and then 9. Okay? So, I can break this down into a 10 and a 2. I can remove a 10 from each side. So my new balance scale is going to be D and 2 on one side. My other side, I'm going to have 29 now. Oops, 29. Okay? Now I need to find a way to get rid of that 2. Okay? If I can get rid of that 2, then I'll figure out exactly what it is. So I can remove 2 from here. So if I minus 2, I minus 2. I end up getting 27 as my answer, which is what we found previously. Okay. Now, the last one that we're actually going to use is we're going to use algebra. So we're actually going to use reverse or opposite operations. Okay, so if I have D plus 12 equals 29, I can try to subtract 12 from both sides. Okay. If I subtract 12 from this side, I'm going to get 0. So I'm going to have D equals 39 minus 12 gives me 27. Okay. So these are the methods that you have been able to practice over the last couple weeks. I'm going to give you just a couple more questions, and then I'm going to go over them like we typically do, and I'll give you some time. You can pause the video to answer the questions. So we're going to say, if we have x over 2 equals 4, that's one example. Another one, x minus 5 equals 12. And the last one, we'll do 4x plus 2 equals 30. All right? Go ahead, pause the video, try these out right now, and I'm going to go through the solutions as we're moving through. So I'm going to use the algebra, and then whichever one you want to use is totally fine. All right? So in this situation, we have x divided by 2. So the opposite operation of divided by 2 is going to be times 2. So I'm going to go times 2 times 2. 2 over 2, it gives me x. And then this gives me 8. So 8 happens to be my answer in that situation. Okay? Here I need to go plus 5, plus 5. So these cancel each other out. My x is going to equal 17. Okay? For this last one, I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. So I have 4x equals 28. Now I divide both sides by 4 to get the opposite operation. Now I have x equals 7. All right? Once again, if you have any questions, concerns, or if you need help, please check with Zoom. You can always send me a hangout or an email. If you're Zooming me, most likely Charlie will be present. So if you want to see her as well, she loves being able to see you guys. All right? When you're done this, make sure you work on the finish the Google form, and then you can start working on Math Makes Sense 6.5. That's actually the end of the chapter, so I will send out another video just to talk about the unit review, and then hopefully we're back at school. If not, then we're going to continue this, and we'll find a way to do a test for everything that's been going on. All right? Have a great day.